Alright, so welcome back, guys. I want your first time here. I'm Vision here, Boy Entertainment, guys. In our video today, we got some more big news regarding the Power Rangers reboot series. Now, Power Rangers Central Instant over there. Hit subscribe down below. Hit that bell icon. This more Power Rangers content from me. Boom forward. Now, let's begin. Now, this is more news coming out regarding the Power Rangers reboot series. Now, the past few weeks, we got some big news. Now, this is coming out a few weeks after this news has been reported. So if it might be debunked by now, at which point, if it is, this video probably isn't even going up. If it is, maybe new information came out, so I updated the video in post. So, depends on what goes on the next few weeks. But at the time of filming this, it is being reported, or it is a possibility, that Brandon Jay McLaren will be in some way or another attached to the Power Rangers reboot series. Now, he was recently on with the Legacy of Nerd doing an interview, and they got talking about his time on PR, his recent projects he's been on, and they ended up talking about the Power Rangers reboot series. Now, during this interview, Brandon made comment about how he's worked with Dan Schultz, one of the showrunners for the reboot series, and how apparently the two of them are currently working on something right now. Now, we know that at the moment, Schultz is also working at Percy Jackson. So it is possible that he could be going on to Percy Jackson, but also the fact that they were talking about PR itself makes me lean more towards that he's working with something to do with the reboot series. Now, this is very exciting news. It was reported last year from Amy Jo for herself that she really wanted to be a part of this reboot series, and she wanted to have some kind of role on it as well. We haven't heard any news about that. I really am holding out hope that she's somehow attached to this project. Now, it's being reported that Brandon is going to be a part of, is most likely or possibly going to be a part of the reboot series. So this is even more exciting news. Now, first, I feel like first things come to mind is, oh my God, he's come back as Jack from SPD, which personally I would love. Now, we know this is a reboot series. Now, it has not been 100% confirmed what type of reboot series this is going to be, whether they're starting a full new slate or if this is going to be a soft reboot. Because if it's a soft reboot series, it is possible for him to come back as Jack. However, if this is a complete revamp, he could be coming back in a whole different role. Even if this is like a whole soft reboot, he could also come back in a brand new role. We know with PR that they do bring back past actors and they'll play different characters, like Rick Medina. He played Cole in Wild Force and then came back to play Decker in Samurai. So, we have seen that they have come back to play different roles. We've also seen that with the side characters, like with the different roles of Boom and Mick and all those other roles over the years that Kelson Henderson played. Like, he's always come back as different characters. So it's not impossibility that, Brendan comes back playing a different character. He could come back playing, a mentor to the Rangers, a new Ranger, maybe a villain. It all depends. He could even not even be playing a character. He could just be like an executive producer or like a writer or something like that. Just because he says he's working with Dan Schultz right now doesn't necessarily mean he's playing a character. That they could just be working on like a script together or like production, post-production, something like that. Just because the two of them are working together does not necessarily mean he's being cast in the reboot series. I would definitely put out a higher possibility of that being something that's going on, but I wouldn't say like, oh my God, that's the number one thing. I would love to see him come back for the reboot series though. And I feel like if he does come back, I feel it's a very kind of disservice to the character to kind of not be playing playing his known character as Jack. I feel like it's somewhat not right. But at the same time, if they have a good idea of what to do with the character and the character he's playing is good, I'm fine with it. I don't care whatever way. Brandon has had a pretty successful career post his time on PR. He even in this interview he mentioned in the past that he had worked with Dan Schultz, one of the showrunners in, I think it's Harper's Island, that came out a few years after SPD. So that's pretty cool. He's definitely had a lot more stuff going on in the recent years. He was on this show Ransom almost 10 years ago. That kind of has fallen off the radar. Highly doubt anybody remembers that show. He recently was on Turner and Hooch, which is a Disney Plus show, which also would be interesting given the fact that he knows Disney Plus, so it would make it even more likely that he could be a part of the Reboot series. He recently was on The Rookie, an ABC show, which was also which is also under Disney. He also was recently in the finale for Chicago Med. He's played characters on Chicago Fire. So a lot of procedural stuff he's been on recently. And, he's done a great job there. He's had a lot of great, success post-PR, which you can't really say for a lot of actors with PR. You could probably count on maybe one hand, maybe two of the actors who have had kind of well-done, successful careers post-PR. Like, coming to mind, Rose McIver, who's currently starring on Ghost and has done iZombie. Some other things, like she's had a big career post-PR. But you don't really hear that for a lot of the other characters post-PR. Like, they're big, and then they kind of fall off the map after that. But, Brandon has kind of maintained that, level of notability. So, him coming back would be definitely exciting. We'll just have to keep an eye out if we end up seeing him either flying into London or Vancouver, which have been reported as filming locations for the Reboot series. If you see like him, there on social media or updates from him saying he's in one of those locations or near one of those locations, I definitely put it on a high probability that he's on the show or part of the show in some way. So we'll just have to keep an eye out for that. Like I reported on my last video, filming is supposed to start in the summer, so in the coming weeks, I definitely keep an eye out to see if he's in London or Vancouver within the coming weeks. Definitely keep an eye out there. Definitely exciting. I hope maybe if he is a part of this, maybe he kind of can tease a few things. Like, we haven't heard a whole lot from the showrunners and everything, so maybe he can tease some things if he's a part of this. So those are just my thoughts, Payne. So let me know yours. Are you excited for Brandon Jay McLaren to come back to PR? Are you pro this? Are you against it? Are you in the middle? If he comes back, do you want to see him play Jack or a new character? Let me know all that good stuff in the comment section down below. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts, opinions regarding the recent news of Brandon Jay McLaren potentially and most likely returning for the Power Rangers Reboot series. As always, if you're enjoying, a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit subscribe down below. Hit that bell icon. This is my Power Rangers content from me moving forward. And you go for me on Twitter, linked in the best section of my YouTube channel. As always, I'm Vision here, Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.